Hi, I'm Mark Gill, the ultimate foodie. I travel the world learning secrets from experts and then bring those secrets home so I can show you how it's done. Think of me as your culinary tour guide, taking you on a deeper dive into the ingredients and the recipes you love. Fork U is interactive, informational, and, well, not your ordinary cooking show. Hit it! Now I'm back with bigger food, new experts, and cool gadgets. Fork U has everything from culinary facts to kitchen hacks. So what are you waiting for? Come on! Shot live at the Embassy Suites in beautiful Orlando, Florida, it's the American Pie Council National Pie Baking Championships. But before any awards are handed out and any of the pies get tasted, let's go and meet up with one of our competitors. We met up with Trina, the chef and owner of 7 Bites Bakery in Orlando. They specialize in nostalgic Southern comfort foods with a modern twist. Trina learned to bake from her Grammy, and she has been perfecting pies ever since. Today, 7 Bites has gone from a corner bake shop to a global foodie destination. We've been invited to the 7 Bites kitchen to learn some of Trina's secrets to success. Oh yeah, when I arrived, they were making chicken pot pies, and a lot of them.
So, hand cut all of our carrot. We pre-bake and cut all of our meat. We do all of our potatoes by hand. Everything is from scratch.
Hand. Yes. That's why there's such a difference with that.
It's like if you made it for your family.
I'm going to tell you a few things about pie pinching that are really important before you get started.
Okay.
Never stay in one place too long on it because you have hot hands and it'll melt the butter.
Gotcha.
Your goal is to seal everything inside. Keeping that in mind, now you can see why the bottom is a little bit taller.
Sure.
So you're going to bring it and fold it in and then pinch it down with your thumbs. You have bigger man thumbs, so,
it's so bad.
You did too deep of a fold. So, here,
oh my goodness.
and here.
All right.
Okay, look at you.
And
I'm shaking, I'm so nervous.
don't be nervous. There you go.
And then this one?
Push in.
Boink.
Yep. You're pushing. You need to push down and in at the same time.
Down and
Yep.
in, okay.
There you go. There you go.
Ooh.
When you're done with it, if it doesn't look like what you want it to,
Like that one
you can
clearly
fix
does
it.
not.
Because it's pie dough.
Because it's pie dough.
Using it.
Once again, it's taken a strong, talented woman to step in and save me.
Set.
Well, I think we should go eat one of these.
Absolutely.
I'm exhausted.
Let's do it.
Oh, is that white wine bechamel?
It is.
Look at this. All right, I'm taking a big bite. Look at the size of this thing. That's the best crust I think I've ever had.
Thank you.
Holy cow, that's good. It's steaming, it's perfect, and everything in there is big and chunky, and it's not soupy. This is just so good. I am absolutely making this one at home. 1 in 5 Americans claim to have eaten an entire pie all by themselves.
This is the dough for the entry for our guitarred chocolate pie entry.
Okay.
It's a dark chocolate tart crust, and then on the inside is going to be a dark chocolate mousse made with their 61 and 63% chocolate with orange blossom water. And so the inspiration came from one of our signature cookies called the Midnight Orange Blossom Special.
Okay.
And so it is a mix of dark chocolate and orange blossom. We are using all the guitar chocolate in this pie, and what else is new for us is that this is a created pie specifically for this category because we were inspired to try to come up with something new to make beyond what we already make here. So,
excellent. Wow.
And that cookie is kind of something that we're known for, so I thought, well, if we're using really delicious chocolate with this thing that speaks very much to 7 Bites, then it sounds like it could be a winner.
You know, you mentioned something really cool, quintessential to Florida. So now if you're from the area, this is kind of home, this is where your heart is. So Southern cooking, is that the core inspiration for what you're doing here?
It is the core inspiration of our entire business and brand and philosophy. It is, we have mapped all of our things after family recipes, mine and my wife's.
Oh, that's great.
My wife is born and raised in Florida. I am a Texas implant to Florida. So still the South.
Skimming the same line,
It
right?
runs in our veins for sure. And the whole premise behind 7 Bites is nostalgic Southern food with a modern twist.
And this is the one your grandma made.
It is.
Wow.
It is her recipe.
So that's fresh whipped cream. That is just...
It is.
Look at this. Oh, and it holds together perfectly. It's not crumbling on me. These are embarrassingly large bites. Here we go. The word pie came from the bird magpie, a type of bird that gathers together all kinds of objects, just like a pie contains all kinds of ingredients. Who knew? Wow, what a fun sign. Let us fill your pie hole. So where did the name 7 Bites come from?
The name 7 Bites actually came from the fact that I kind of changed and transitioned the way that I eat. In 2006, I had gastric bypass surgery. I used to weigh 367 pounds, and I wanted to fix my health for my child. I had a child in 2006, and I wanted to be alive for him. I lost 187 pounds.
Wow.
One of the ways that they retrain you is that 7 to 9 bites of food is about what you get per meal. Typically, most Americans eat with protein here, potato here, vegetable here.
Sure.
And so you eat maybe all of one thing and then move on to the next. But if you're only getting 7 to 9 bites, you really want to feel satisfied, like you've had a little bit of everything. And so we've kind of taken that philosophy of learning a new way to eat and applied it to our Southern food. And so that's why you'll see a lot of our things are stacked and layered. So that way, if you start at the top and bite down through the middle, you get all of the flavors in one bite. Now, it is more than 7 and 9 bites of food that we serve people.
Yeah, I get it.
But if that's all they're getting, it's the best damn 7 bites ever.
I love it. If that's all they're getting, it's the best damn 7 bites ever. He's
Indeed.
awesome. Well, I tried to get a sneak peek into the judging room. That didn't work. So we headed off to Puff and Stuff Catering to see how Sara-Lee is preparing for the competition. So obviously, Sara-Lee has an entry in the American Pie Council's competition, and we've been granted exclusive access to see how they put their pies together. Let's do this. We found them putting together the pies that we know you love every day of the week. Let's see how they do it. The pies that we're gonna watch Sara-Lee bake today are the same pies you can buy in the store. They even bake them the same way you would bake them right at home. So I'll tell you what, can you walk us through the process of what you're doing right now?
Okay, I'm doing an egg wash on the pie so it gives the crust a nice sheen when it comes out of the oven. So we're just rubbing egg wash, which is just egg and a little water mixed in, just to give the pie, like I said, a nice shine. Just brush it on liberally, and then they go in the oven.
So Chef Pierre's been baking pies for over 100 years. We manufacture all of our pies at our Traverse City, Michigan bakery, and we put all of the apples in there, everything. So when a consumer bakes it at home or when a restaurant operator bakes it in their operation, it's easy to go, just bake it and eat it. So all of our high pies have over a pound of fruit in every pie. So once you slice into it, it's all fruity goodness.
What goes through your head so that you can make sure that you're a winner every time?
So we sent in a sample shipment of 55 pies. Shipped them down to Orlando from Illinois, from Atlanta, and we just want to make sure that we get all of our best pies down here, entered into the competition, and hopefully we'll win. And it's great because when you cook it at home, it fills up your kitchen smelling like fresh apples and minimal prep time.
Fingers crossed for our friends at Sara-Lee. Well, it's the day of the competition. A pie contest isn't just about eating pie. There's so much more that goes into winning that blue ribbon.
When the pie cutters come in, the people who volunteer to cut the pies, I now show them how they should cut it. You try to get the cleanest cuts that you can so that the judges can see how that first piece looks when it comes out of the pie shell. The servers come back and they hold a piece of pie so that all the judges can see it. They walk around and show them. So looking for taste, they're looking for consistency, they're looking for, how all the flavors blend together. You want, the people who are judging to be people who are going into the supermarkets.
The first pies were made with a variety of meats, and believe it or not, there was a trend in the 16th century that involved putting living birds inside the pie. Imagine the spectacle of cutting into a pie and seeing birds fly out.
Well, I am Joy B. Moore, founder and CEO of Joy Bells, home of that southern backwoods country deliciousness. We're a family-ran business with my husband, my sister, and my 3 children. We were in there baking and singing and dancing and making dough and making peaches and butter and all that good stuff, and hope the love carries over to the judges during judging.
What did you choose today, and tell me about why you chose it?
Well, Joy Bells gets to share deliciousness through legacy recipes from my 3rd great-grandmother, Susan May Howell, that has been passed down 6 generations, and it makes me and my family the 6th generation to make them, but the first to turn them into a business. So it only felt right to come out with our 4 pies that are our signature, my grandmother's and all of them, their favorite pies. And so we just picked the family favorites, and we came with peach and pumpkin, sweet potato, and apple. Oh, it's so good, Southern backwoods. And look, my family, they all quit their jobs in 2020 during the pandemic, right? Because everything was crazy anyway. We all moved together into a 2-bedroom apartment. They volunteered for 2 years free, just so we can scale Joy Bells and get it to a place that we are now. That's that our family, Joy Bells family of customers has grown us nationwide into 1,800 stores, all 600 Sam's Clubs, all 1,100 food lines in the Southeast region. We own QVC. All because I am a walking, talking manifestation of the prayers of my mothers before me. And all of their gifts and talents, my family gets to reap a benefit, start a business, and hopefully the goal is to build generational wealth or generational legacy, something to give to my something for my grandbabies to come work during the summer, and that kind of stuff. All those good things, so we're so fortunate and thankful to the Joy Bells family of customers.
All right, so Mark asked a
question.
Which is what again?
I'm telling you, he's hilarious. You need to watch his show. He is hilarious.
It's almost time for the judges to decide who goes home with a blue ribbon and some final words to the pie staff. But first, we spoke with Shirley, a 20-year pie judge, to find out what they'll be looking for.
I've been a judge for 20 years. My biggest thing is crust of pie. It's amazing how many people don't add enough salt to their crust, which is such a trivial thing, but it does make a big difference. The other is the sugar in the filling. I've had pecan pies before. You take a bite and they forgot to put the sugar or the Cairo syrup in it, and it just tastes very unpie, very blah. But you get the mixture of a good filling and a good crust, and you've got a winner. It's amazing, the different textures, the different flavors, the appearance, the presentation. It's a lot involved in one piece of pie that you're judging. And then when they cut the pie, it's the same thing. You want to see the appearance and then that flavor and the smell. It's all the factors into one, and it makes for a beautiful pie. Flavor is always the number one.
It's time to judge. Let's check in and see how the contestants are feeling.
Panic. Pure panic.
And why is that?
Well, it's all the anxiety comes down to these very moments. When you're going, you can't do anything else. You've done everything you do. It's out of your hands. While you're cooking, you're in control. I'm not in control right now.
Today.
I've actually done competitions before. This will be the first pie competition that I've done. So I strangely feel super anxious today and probably more nervous than I have even for television competitions, which is really saying something. And it's mainly because these are my peers. These are the people that do what I do. And so it means a little bit more to me. And these pies are such a representation of our family and my grandmother. And I know that she would be so proud that I'm doing this. So it just feels extra special today.
Ever heard of a stargazy pie? Seriously, this is a pie with fish baked in so the heads point at the sky.
The flag out if you want, if it's not a
My name is Scott Adam. We're at Beckman's Old World Bakery in Santa Cruz.
My name's Tony Stumba. We met at the bakery.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're a small bakery that has grown into a very large small bakery, and we do things inefficiently is probably the most polite way of putting it. Well, we press our pie crusts mechanically with a press, but it's a single one at a time, hand-filled, hand-crimped.
Everything after that.
Fillings are mixed by hand in small batches.
How many pies do you have entered in the contest this year?
10.
On the spot, and I want you both to answer at the same time. This will be fun.
Oh, God.
On the count of 3, I want you to tell me your favorite pie. You ready? Let's see. Let's just say 1, 2, 3.
Apricot.
Oh, no.
Okay. My name is Dee Colley, and I am an American Pie Council judge.
How much pie do they bring you?
22 pies.
No.
Yes, 22 full pies we looked at, and 1 slice was shared between 5 people of each of those pies.
Okay, so I'm going to do the math here. So you've had 4 complete slices of pie.
Pretty much.
And a bit.
Yeah, I'm Par Grandinetti. I'm the president of Rocky Mountain Pies, based out of Salt Lake City. I've been with the Pie Council for over 15 years. I've served on the board of directors and
okay.
Love being part of this great...
Nice. We got a heavy hitter here.
If I see a banana cream pie on a menu with real bananas, I'm buying it.
That's it? Okay.
Every time.
That's far as pie. What is it about a banana cream pie that does it for you?
It's just wonderful with the fresh bananas. They're sliced beautifully with that cream, and I do it every time.
Oh, I love it.
Well, how about a sea salt caramel French silk pie?
Oh, now you're talking.
Or
you can put banana
or
aside.
More. Yeah, you move banana aside for a minute. We even make a 4 seasons pie with 4 equal parts of different fruits under a laid lattice crust. Kind of fun.
That's okay. Yeah, so Sara-Lee's a pretty big brand. How do you guys as a brand talk to your customers?
We talk to our customers in various different ways. So through social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that kind of stuff. We really try to promote to our consumers through better understanding what the dessert landscape is. Pies are seasonal for the most part. One of the things that we're trying to do is figure out how to extend pie season. How can we make pies relevant year-round? And so we have a campaign called Seasonal Favorites, and it's basically we take any holiday that you can imagine throughout the year, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, Memorial Day, and we tie a pie to that holiday. And not only do we tell consumers like, hey, this is the pie that we think you should buy, but also here are a bunch of recipes that we've created to support you in purchasing that pie. So you can take it home, you can create new recipes, you can style it a bunch of different ways. And
oh, neat.
Yeah.
So let's play a game here. I'm going to throw a holiday at you, and you're going to throw me back the pie.
Got it.
Ready? Thanksgiving.
Pumpkin.
Mother's Day.
Peach.
Christmas.
Rhubarb.
Secretary's Day.
Ooh, lemon meringue.
I love it.
That's it. The judges have spoken. It's time to see who gets the blue ribbons.
I'm Leticia, Carrie,
Stephanie,
Emily.
And you guys are from?
Sara-Lee Frozen Bakery. So we won Best New Product for our chocolate almond ricotta pie, similar to a cannoli, and this is one of the best tasting pies we will have.
So in total, we got 15 ribbons. So across multiple categories that we participated in, whether it was 4-inch cream pies, fruit pies. We have to go take a look at the list to see everything, but we're super excited.
And we just won 4 awards for pumpkin,
Cherry, pecan, and berry bomb, which is a 4-berry pie.
Yeah.
We're extremely excited.
We were hoping maybe we'd get one, maybe. So I had a really lots of words. We're so excited. I can't really put into words. Don't be goosing me. Par Grandinetti with Rocky Mountain Pies. Marionberry cheesecake in the fruit, berry, and cheese category. It's to die for. And we're holding 9 ribbons. Thank you. All right. Oh, it was good fun to meet you folks. You guys are awesome.
Boston cream pie is a cake, not a pie. Mother! Now let's create our own homemade blueberry pie using some of the tips and tricks that we learned at the pie show. So the very first thing you're going to want to do for our bodacious blueberry pie is take 2 sticks of butter, that's 16 tablespoons, and you're going to want to cube these up real small and get them in the freezer, because the secret to nice flaky dough is to get that butter properly incorporated. In order to do that, it's got to be really cold. Just like that. So next we're going to mix our dry ingredients, the flour, the sugar, and the salt. Now, your best friend when you're baking is absolutely a scale. Now it's going to say 2.5 cups of flour, but 2.5 cups might not equal exactly 313 grams. Make sure your scale is set for grams, and when you put your container on, make sure you zero it out, just like that. And there is exactly 313 grams. So this crust should turn out pretty good. Now I'll add 2 teaspoons of regular old white sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. A few quick pulses ought to do the trick. Now we're gonna grab that butter that we've been hiding in the freezer. Now that it's nice and cold, we can set it right on top of all those dry ingredients. Now, what we're looking for is pea-sized pieces of the flour incorporated with the butter. It takes about 15 seconds to 45 seconds, depending on your food processor. Next step, we're gonna take some ice, put it in a bowl, and then add some water to the bowl, because what we're shooting for here is ice cold water. Now with a tablespoon, you're gonna start to add 1 tablespoon at a time into the flour mixture, all the way up to about 8 tablespoons. You're gonna keep an eye on it. As soon as the dough starts to form and doesn't fall apart when you squeeze it, you know it's ready for the next step. That is starting to look pretty good. Not too wet, not too dry. So now let's go ahead and put a little bit of flour on our work surface, just like that. What we do is divide this into 2 equal halves. Now you're gonna take some plastic wrap and wrap them up good and tight. And you want those in the fridge for at least 2 hours, even overnight. And while these rest in the fridge, we can go ahead and get our filling ready. Our blueberry pie is fresh, so we're gonna need fresh blueberries, and we're talking a lot of them. We want 3 pints, and we wanna make sure that we give them a good rinse. Add in 2/3 of a cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This, by the way, is what really holds the pie together when it cools off in the fridge. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Now with a lemon zester and a fresh lemon, go ahead and get as much lemon zest as you can in that bowl. What the lemon is going to do is really wake this pie up. It's one of the first things you can taste when you bite into it. It's what gives it its freshness and its zing and its pop. Don't leave out this step, whatever you do. And then we'll add to that 2 tablespoons. Now we're going to go ahead with our favorite spurtle and mix this up until there's no more lumps or bumps. You want this to be nice and smooth and a little runny, and if you find it's a bit dry, go ahead and pop a few of those blueberries to add some extra moisture into your mix. Once it starts to look like that, it's time to pop it into the fridge for a little while. Yum. All right, welcome back to our blueberry pie. We have everything we need to get this guy ready and in the oven. Here's the 2 pieces of